before. That way, if you get disrupted, the arrow gets blocked by the actual creep wave. So a little bit of a mistake there, but ultimately, it's not going to cost Ollie that much. It's going to give more net worth to EG.
Again, EG wanting to show up here. A bit of a rough season so far, but it seems like their plan's working.
Oh, he gets the block? Okay, never mind. Accidentally moves his illusions a little bit there. But JR's completely out of mana. Never seen somebody get so much done with disruption early. But he's doing a great job.
He's got a couple mangoes on him too, should the need arise.
Yeah, he'll be fine. It's not like disruption is like a make or break skill at level 1, but was when you get those great stun combos.
I feel like at this point, it's really to, you know, protect your Luna at this point, unless you have some sort of a rotation.
And the crazy thing as well is that this got Empyrean to the lane so late that his sentry gets placed down after the large camp was already spawned.
Oh, no.
So he does block it, but it's like, it's just a sign of like them winning the lane more than they're supposed to. And Nightfall is 585 towards his Ring of Health right now. So once he gets that picked off, I don't think he's going to have to worry too much in this lane, especially when Vanguard comes online. And that's the scary thing.
Is that a situation then where we're going to see Crit making these rotations over towards the... I mean, it's not the easiest kill, right? But you do get the detection. You can try to make moves over into that mid lane.
It's definitely something he can do, yeah. Ganking for Invoker when Storm is pre-6'd, absolutely. Here's pretty slow.
Crit's taking a lot of damage, though, here from Empyrean.
He is. That's the value. Lots of HP, lots of damage. And he's got a really good nuke. So, but with the teleport away, he salves up. He'll be full. Not that bad of a loss for Crit.
Pretty quiet in most of the lanes, though. Everybody just focusing up on getting those last hits and denies. Seeing over in the mid lane, just a little bit better for the Storm Spirit currently. 12 and 4, 10 and 2 over on Invoker. It's a nice play here to see that little Nick thinking about going for the charge. JR's immediately just interrupting, making some illusions of the space count.
Oh my god.
Oh, what?
That was a big mistake. That was PA's courier.
Weird pathing.
He bought, I mean,
yeah.
That's the perfect voice line. He bought the Ring of Health from the other side shop to be safe, but he didn't. He must have shifted it wrong. So pretty huge mistake. Gets his Ring of Health delayed. With that said, like, he's not going to get pressured that hard by Centaur himself, but you know, this could cost him if Nightfall starts getting aggressive, and he's already eaten the double edges with no regen in the bank, so that's gonna be rough in the end.
Casual arrow tossed out, gonna miss Ryoya as he goes.
Nick in trouble top.
Well, Nick, these body blocks though coming out from the illusions here. They put a little bit more damage out. Should be able to find it. Another click or two should do the trick, and Jerax will kill Lil Nick.
Really nicely done. Great blocking with Jerax. It's the only reason they got that kill. When I looked up there, Nick was at about half HP. No disables left, and all of a sudden, they just right-click him until he dies. Big one.
Ollie still doing pretty all right here in this bottom lane. 21 and 2 currently for CS. Does have to be careful, like we talked about, not having that Ring of Health, but
yeah,
just to be doing all right, and I'm sure he can always request some regen from his support, who can just baby bird it to him.
Yeah, exactly. Harassment goes in, Nightfall slapping Ollie a little bit, but he gets dual breath afterwards. But the tough part is this just still a little hard for PA to offset this harass due to not having a Ring of Health of her own. So Nightfall's pretty darn close to the Vanguard, just needs like 4 last hits. Almost certainly he's going to get this. And then he just can't die in this lane. PA just struggles. It's impossibly bad against Centaur in the laning stage once he gets Vanguard. So yeah, Crit's just going to go do whatever he wants. He's still messing with Empyrean a bunch, so that part's still going okay, but...
I mean, I suppose on the bright side, right, they're really keeping Crit over in this lane. He hasn't been able to make any rotations early, because again, pre-6 for Storm, very important if you can find the opportunity.
Yeah, but it seems like Storm's going to be fine. With that said, Abed's doing great. 12 denies against him, so he's got a big level advantage.
Get a bash over onto Jerax.
Oh.
A second bash.
A third bash?
Get a third one? No, it doesn't look. Oh, there it is.
All right, look, that wasn't 3 in a row, but that was really lucky.
Oh, dear. Oh, EG. I'm sure Artesi's like, thank God it wasn't me this time.
Dude, no kidding. That Spirit Breaker is the counter to Evil Geniuses. It's been proved, guys. 3 in a row is monumentally insane, but that was also incredible.
I don't feel like Ollie feels confident enough to make that jump over onto the Centaur, but definitely getting that harass out here over in this bottom lane.
This is that danger moment for the Centaur. He's got Vanguard completed, but his raw HP is pretty low here. He can just get back up to full. He's going to buy himself then he can do whatever he wants in this lane, but he cannot die before that or it's going to mess up the tempo a bit.
We are seeing this rotation, though, now coming out from Evil Geniuses. They spot Ryoya, though. Flea also getting into position. I'll start off with that disruption. They've got the Bramble Maze down. They're going to try to stack up as much as possible. The Cursed Crown, though, will proc over to Jerax.
Okay.
Flea's going to back off. That was a big rotation over to that lane. So Ryoya going to teleport away.
Either way, forces him out of the lane. He knew the bounty rune was coming up as well, so Storm doesn't get to just keep jungling. Great pressure so far by Jerax. Coming online, man. Every match this guy plays so far at the DPC, he just plays better and better. I know there's some complaints, slight complaints, him playing with his team. Like he's on a bit of a different feel, but like so far, I think he's playing really good this game.
Yeah, throw out another disruption over onto Jakiro. They have the arrow. So, despite being a fairly tanky support, this is not looking good for Empyrean, so he will eventually pop. The Storm, though, having got his 6, Ryoya gonna try to get some of this damage off. Does need to be careful to fall with the nice Bramble Maze. That Cold Snap, though, doing some work over onto Jerax, and he finishes him up. No, he's disarmed. He's not gonna be able to quite finish him off. He's got the Fairy Fire, though. He turns back around, needs a couple more clicks. He'll be able to get the kill on Jerax, and they follow up, though, on Crit. No, they can't. Abed gets the kill on Ryoya as the teleports are coming out, but they're not gonna be able to go and stun Abed.
Oh my God, they all TP2. That Deafening Blast was freaking insane. Like Jerax was 100% dead from either Storm right-clicking him or the Shadow Realm hitting him. But because he got disarmed, he couldn't release the Shadow Realm, so he completely counteracted the Shadow Realm from the Willow. Look at him. Jerax looks so dead. Jumps in, about to hit him like 1-2 times tops, but that disarm just buys him all this extra time and guarantees Ryoya's death.
Very nicely done.
So good by Abed. All right, back on the safe lane. Here's PA laning against Nightfall. Still, Nightfall's got boots. He's got a Brain Protection. He's got the Vanguard, and he's going to start building towards a hood. The standard follow-up for most Centaurs. Once again, the Courier for Ollie. A little sloppily killed. This one less bad, but...
He's losing his Courier quite a bit here. The first one, though, just some sort of miscommunication with the shift blue.
Yeah.
Okay, it's going to be an Invis rune snapped up by Abed.
Abed's done such a good job managing Storm Spirit. What a huge counter. Every time he hits him like this, it's like multiple bottle charges for him to refill this. But he knows the limits, he knows how to disable. It's not easy to catch Storm with it, but he's just timing his spells perfectly. Really well done by Abed so far.
I mean, the Abed Invoker is definitely a treat to watch. Definitely up there, I think, like along with Miracle Invoker too.
For sure.
Very high skill player. Makes it look fun.
Then you try it and you're like, oh. I'm not having fun.
Oh, I don't need to try it to know that I'm not going to have fun with it.
Empyrean just going to hold the safe lane. He does this most games as the 5s carry. At some point, it's going to ditch the lane or get kicked out. He's going to hold the wave against Centaur, and his hero's pretty good at this. This might be one of the reasons they feel comfortable with Jakiro in this match. But
Abed, realizing that they were going to have that Jakiro all by himself, is going to put a little bit of pressure down here as Nightfall starts diving underneath this tower. We'll find Empyrean. He's going to walk past him. Oh, they're a little bit off the mark. I thought that he definitely saw him, but I guess the Fog of War just a little bit off the mark.
Must have misclicked his Sunstrike or something. That was weird. Unless he thought that he had already juked to the right or something.
That's possible.
In which case, yeah, Sunstrike would have been good there. That's because I do see people juke all the way to the right there sometime. But either way, they missed the kill, still get the tower. Not bad for them. Ollie's already pressuring the offlane tower as well. Nick here with the chip vest is absolutely going to be able to cut the creep wave here. But Ollie's got to be slightly careful about a gank.
They've got multiple heroes up here, right? You've got Flea, you've got Nick, so it looks like they're going to be the ones that show themselves on the map while the PA continues to farm up. And there goes the top tower. Empyrean just going to continue to push out these waves and just keep them off the tower for now, but there's a lot of movement coming out from the side of Evil Geniuses as they're invading the jungle. They've got up some nice wards.
I mean, they're just killing the mid tower. Like, simply 2 base isn't even bothering to defend it. And this is usually a bad sign. When you know that you're not going to be able to defend this tower, like, you're just going to lose to map control in a big way. And we'll see very similar stuff to what Quincy does, just invading enemy side of the map. So Nightfall will tank it now with his rotation as well. Easy tower kill, goes to Abed. That's going to finish him as Midas at 10 minutes and 20 seconds. And he bought a Null Talisman, a full wand, and an urn first. He is having a game.
Definitely looking good while playing, for sure.
Everyone's farmed on EG, though. All 3 cores, insanely farmed.
Middle lane, gonna have a casual tornado EMP thrown out.
Burn him again.
We'll get a dewarding. Feels like EG really has this game in the palm of their hand right now. They know that they're strong. They know that they can take over the side of the jungle. And they'll go for a smoke play. See that
top tower is under attack.
they're making their way towards their own jungle area. They're trying to figure out exactly where Simply TOOBASED is. We'll walk into Lil Nick first. Open up the disruption. Get a terrorize on top of it. Now Fleet just starting to go, but gets immediately cold snapped here by Abed. They've got Dust. Trying to keep tabs, turning it a little bit off the mark with the jump forward here from Ollie. Will ensure that they get the kill on Jerax as Lil Nick finding the Nether Strike over onto Abed. The stomp here from Nightfall. It's gonna be quite enough to finish off Lil Nick, though. It looks like it's not.
Don't exactly see a lot of Shadow Demon Invoker ganks, I gotta say. They had kill potential on some heroes. The support's certainly vulnerable. That would be one thing. Cold Snap, earn a Willow or a Jakiro, you can kill those guys, but killing a tanky core like Spirit Breaker is tough. Either way, it does still create a little space for their team. It's not terrible. They still have high net worth. Luna is still hitting creeps at full speed. Clearing the stack just now. His maxed out Glaive's Lunar Blessing, only 1 point in Lucent Beam, just an indicator of how safe he felt in his lane. He's like, I'm all farming. And from here on out, if he picks up a couple levels, translates this to some Lucent Beams and some Eclipses, then he can start to get active on the map. Because they just did such a great job really killing the tier 1 tower. So they can just kind of do whatever they want on the map.
This is such a big stack here.
Structures are fortified.
Ryoya realizing, oh, they're gonna be able to quite, the tornado into the arrow, the perfect angles. And that kill belongs to Crit.
That's cool. He did ball laning in a straight direction from the lane, so Abed could guess the trajectory, but still barely catches him there. And a huge kill. I mean, Abed's basically controlling this game as far as I'm concerned. Like, they did a great job getting a couple kills. I mean, he got first blood as well. That certainly could be a big indicator that, like, oh, he got first blood, then he abused Storm really effectively, constantly limited his impact in his mana pool. And that pressure is being felt on the map because Storm hasn't really done much this game offensively. So Abed winning this game for EG. Doesn't want to lose the third time.
Blink Dagger now picked up for Nightfall, so these initiations are about to get a lot scarier for the side of Simply TOOBASED. Go for a charge play over onto Jerax, but he's got disruption. They're gonna go use the Stampede, chase after Lil Nick. Look at the terrorize over at the back line. So the stomp here coming out from Nightfall will ensure that he's not able to charge away. And they ping out that there's a ward over there, so that's going to be dewarded very fast. They'll go for their own smoke play.
That's cool. They didn't use that many resources. Go get in there. See what they can grab. Jakiro's mid. They'll invade the tri-camp probably. Yeah, Jerax is over here. Actually, his team's not with him. That's a little weird.
Pop the Moonlight Shadow to ensure that they can get a good jump on whoever's lurking here. Felt like they want to go for Ollie, but Ollie already realizing something's up. He's gonna back. Basically, do see Empyrean. And Empyrean on the flip side sees Jerax as well. Jump forward again. The blink from Nightfall into the arrow. It's just so tidy. It looks so nice and easy for when the EG sets it up like that.
Yeah. Unsure if that's an example of them not playing together, or it's just that it's better to do it like this, where Jerax like half commits. He's smoked and could be there if he needs to, but he doesn't necessarily need to be on top of Nightfall, because Nightfall can be the setup now with Blink Stun. So he plays near Tri-Camp instead. They can get slight vision and be in position in case the other fish doesn't work, which is what happens, right? Jerax is there to set it up with the disruption that buys time for Nightfall to catch up and get the stun. So it pays off. They invade the Tri-Camp. They get some stuff done. Arteezy is now level 13 with 4 points in Lucent Beam and 1 point in Eclipse. So, like, he's ready to party now. And his net worth is also still just really high. Bought every small item, every small medium item. Mask Madness, Yasha, and Dragonlance, all three.
Yeah, Arteezy's having just a very free game. I think I've seen him like get involved in like one fight.
He does have 1 assist.
But but it definitely feels like they just haven't put the pressure on this Luna, which is a big scary moment for TOOBASED, because this is, one of those heroes that has a built-in farming mechanic that's going to, continue to just elevate. And eventually you're going reach mid game, and they're going to take one fight and just going to take all your buildings.
And even worse, there's also this combo. It's not just regular Luna. It's like, oh, here's Jarex. Here, have a whole creep wave. Not quite instantly killed, but more than fast enough to put pressure on the tower.
Oh, yes.
Radiant's bottom tower is under
It's one of the nice things about playing SD with this combo. It's like, this is going to allow Jarex to just get a really fast Aether Lens, way faster than you normally get. Because you don't have to spend Shadow Poisons to get these.
Dire's top tower is under
Nothing like making your cores work for you, so to speak.
And the toughest thing for this, for Simply TOOBASED, they have no idea that it's just a 5-position Shadow Demon still here, you know? Like, they see Luna illusions, for all they know, Luna's jungling nearby, so they can't even, like, go aggressive on Jarex right now. It's just way too dangerous.
And they have no vision either. If you take a look, the map is so dark for the side of Simply TOOBASED.
Yep, exactly. And in the meantime, what happened was Arteezy TP'd towards the Ancient Camp. He farmed that for a while, and now he's coming back. So there was actually a big window to kill Jarex here. But when you have lack of vision, it's hard to make those decisions and to realize what's safe or not. Because if they try to kill Shadow Demon here, and there's like, you know, someone else sitting behind him, like a Centaur or an Invoker, you just die.
Crit setting up here with Abed. There was a Rioya there.
Radiant's
Yep.
middle tower
And
is
he was
under
trying to cut
attack.
creep waves to pressure the tower without being in trouble, but Crit picking up that Yules makes the kill easy.
Right now, it just feels like TOOBASED is trying to staunch bleeding.
Radiant's
And
middle
that's
tower
never the
is under
position that you want to be in.
Yeah, this is EG's comfort zone without a doubt. They're farming the entire map. They did a really good job pressuring, though. I think they did way more coordination than some of the other games. Some of the other games felt flat, where they had advantage, and then they just kind of farmed, but they didn't get, like, really far ahead. But we've seen a lot more rotations, movement, smoking, things like that.
Empyrean, you've been down here for so long. Fog of War, Nightfall's gonna walk right into the Jakiro, turn around, double edge, get a Sunstrike off. Easy peasy. There's still a little bit more to come as Rioya shows up, so is little Nick. They're just destroying these buildings, though. They'll try to take down this Centaur. It's very tanky. Crit looking for this opening to get the Terror Eyes off. And they hold into place here, but they just can't seem to get enough damage off as the follow-up over onto Little Nick. They've got plenty of clicks coming out here to stop over the back line. Nice tornado coming out from the Invoker. They'll finish off Flea. They'll be able to finish off Little Nick. And the Zip 4, they really want this kill on Crit, but Crit, he's got the leaps. A little bit of silence being tossed out. He just cannot find the opportunities. Oh my God, Ollie shows up though, gets the cleanup kill on Crit and Darax. And I think he's just gonna...
That feels good. No matter what happens, he's happy with that. Double kill like that, he probably got so many levels just there. I got to look at the... I've never looked at like post-fight recap experience change, but I got to do it this time. Look at that, 1,800 experience he just got. That's like a level and a half for getting that double kill. That was a really good play by Ollie to pick that up.
Good positioning.
It's for you. It's the Beast Police.
Just
Look at that.
zipped on in.
1, 2.
Why don't you guys just crit more? Like Ollie, come on. That was pretty good. 3 hits and he crit twice, actually.
EG now looking for yet another play. They are smoked up though. Empyrean on the high ground is gonna see Crit. Open up with the Tornado EMP combo. They've got their eyes on the Storm, and he's just not having a game at all.
He was
As
so
Crit
good.
preparing himself here, trying to find this opening. We'll get that Lunar Beam off, and a couple more clicks on Empyrean. It's just a double kill here for Arteezy. This game just feeling very, very comfortable right now for EG, despite losing those 2 supports earlier.
Yep, they move in, they control the tri-camp area. All this is going to be difficult. Flea's going to have to TP or walk a dangerous path back to get with his team, so he can't participate in the fights for another 20 seconds, and they might just start Roche with this.
I mean, there's no reason not to.
He's going to get a double kill. That's why you don't do it. Don't mess with Roche. Not today.
Into the arrow. These ground targeted spells are just the undoing of the Dark Willow.
Oh no, they need vision of this. Okay.
They got it, they got it. Over into the Roche pit. Make illusions of the illusion as Little Nick goes right through here. Can they finish on Crit though? It's not looking like it's gonna be enough. Little Nick just evaporated.
Beast Police.
Trying to cheese out, charge in the bot lane to come through, but he gets caught.
Was that a desperation play? Because it feels...
Maybe.
It feels like they don't know exactly how to approach here. They know that this Roche is happening, but...
It's difficult. I mean, they're going to combo on Storm.
Oh, look at this. Crit already in position, following up with a beautiful arrow, the Sunstrike. Jerax giving a couple clicks off. That's not that Orchid like we talked about. Yeah, the Zip forward, though, coming out from Ovid, trying to get back in here, as Rioya just cannot get there in time. It was a nice try, but not going to be able to do it.
It's a lot more mana than I thought he would have there. Little spooky. I don't know if he would have died if Mirana gets the Starstorm off, but he was able to cast Orchid and use his Essence Ring before he ends up getting stunned, so it's kind of interesting.
I mean, hats off to Ollie. Like, Ollie's having a rough game, but he's still pretty neck and neck, at least with the Centaur. He's getting closer to the Luna.
Bad sign.
It's not great, yeah, no. Jerax, the little Nick, he wants his kill. He wants it so bad, but they're gonna handle him. It feels like leap forward here, coming up for the Mirana. They've got plenty of damage. The Skull Step coming through on top of that as they're doing damage over onto Ryoya, but Lil Nick eventually will fall, but not before Ryoya gets the kill on Jerax.
Make my life easier.
Lil Nick does not like reading, guys. Just bashes it right out of Crit's open arms. You ever punch a book before, Moxie?
Only when I get real mad at it.
Stupid book.
Stupid book. That's not how it's supposed to. Oh, a nice tornado gonna make it so that Flea's not going home alive. It's going home in a body bag.
That spell is really satisfying. Double Edge, it just sounds so good.
It's almost as satisfying as Dunk.
Yeah, that's up there for sure. And Arteezy just by himself, hitting the towers. That's just because, again, simply TOOBASED doesn't have vision. They don't know how many people are sitting behind him. The answer there was 0.
It's got Nightfall.
But Arteezy, he does now, but 10 seconds ago he didn't.
10 seconds ago, Nightfall was a little bit.
Those are those little min-max things that you get to do as carry when you're really far ahead. Feels great. 4-0 and 3 now in Arteezy. He's got a Lincoln Sphere finished. Doesn't want to deal with Orchid, Pull, Charge, any of that annoying stuff.
Now, illusions of the illusion. Just look at this damage coming out now. Oof. Smoke play onto the back lines. They want to make sure that they can find the right angle if necessary. Nightfall backing up right behind Arteezy this entire time. If they try to make any sort of jumps, he's ready. There's going to be a little bit of a jump here. The drag back. Can they do enough damage? Oh, no, they're not quite. Oh, there it is. There's a crit coming out. So they'll be able to slay Abed. Now Arteezy, he's taken a lot of damage on the front lines. Lil Nick, though, has gone a little bit too far. He was trying to make a play, but that Lincoln's coming out. Lil Nick will pay for being aggressive onto the back lines here, as again, Arteezy still has that Aegis for another 2.5 minutes. It's gonna start cutting through these racks.
Good dodge there.
Another Bramble Maze holding into place. See on the back lines, they're trying to get the jump, but Yule's coming out immediately. Here, Crit gets the arrow off. They need a little bit more damage to take down Ryoya, and they've got the stun, so they'll be able to find that kill. Now, Ollie, he's left all alone. He really wanted that kill on Jerax, but the stomp comes out. The double edge, they'll go for the Eclipse, and they'll go right back into the base on the side of Evil Geniuses. They want Flea, and it's going to be a triple kill to get it. The hop forward here coming out from Crit. He was trying to finish off over to Pierre. The Sun Strike, not enough damage.
All right, this looks like Evil Genius right here.
This is what the EG fans have been waiting for.
Yes, a very decisive victory. 16k gold advantage. Absolutely pressuring their opponents. They beat him in lane, they're beating him in mid game.
Another stomp over onto Lil Nick. They have the vision, they have the sentry. Phantom Assassin buying back. Gonna have the Storm up in a minute. Gonna have the Dark Willow respawning very soon too, but I just don't know how they approach this. It's just so difficult.
Chain Disciple and Invoker is one way to go, but with no Spirit Breaker Invis charge, it's gonna be harder to get him pre-BKB than before.
Stop over onto Flea, opening up here. Blue Breath into the Ice Path, giving a couple clicks, but that is not the person that you want to be focusing right now. If you are simply TOOBASED. Ollie on the tree lights. Oh no, Ollie! The arrow. Okay, the BKB comes out. Survive, but that is not how you want to be using that.
I mean, yeah, that's your BKB and your buyback. So now EG basically just gets to back up on the map, play it safe. They could keep going, but pressuring tier 4 towers like this is just not worth the gamble in the slightest. They have other map control, net worth advantage.
Another skirmish. They found Ryoya. They get the stomp. He has no mana left, and he's got just a little bit of health, but not going to be enough. Abed chases down Ryoya. And there's the BKB popped on Abed. He would like to get another kill. He'll throw out the Chaos Meteor, do enough damage over to Fleet. He just does enough right off the bat. What's happening? Oh my god. Jerax, there's going to be the disruption coming out. Lil Nick, there's a lot of damage. It's not going to be enough, though, to save him as he is going to get chased down here. Ollie also now running for his life. The GG gets called. Simply TOOBASED realizing that this time EG came to play.
No kidding. I mean, their draft made tons of sense, right? Shadow Demon Luna, maybe not the most traditional lane, but the way that they got this nice boost for their heroes by getting those quick double kills on the safe lane just really showed the difference in experience. Like, if this is a TI level game,
I got you like you got me. When the earth shakes, when the bombs scream, until our last breath, every heartbeat. You know I'll come running. You go to war, then I'm going with you. Pick up my sword, yeah, there's nothing I won't do. When you sound the alarm and the chaos is rising, leading the charge, yeah, I'm coming, I'm fighting. Swear on the breath that I breathe, I never
It's for you. It's the beast. It's for you. It's the beast.
以为是在送
It's
第
for
一
you. It's
Geniuses
the beast
turn
police.
back.
Ring, ring. It's for you. It's the beast police.
Evil geniuses turn to ban.
Form up! We're going back in.
Isn't it magical, Papa?
Ten seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Dire team
stop
ban. Evil geniuses turn to pick. Dire team pick.
A world devourer.
Ten seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining.
Well, welcome back, everybody, to Evil Geniuses versus who's the other guy? Simply TOOBASED. Game number 2. It's ESL 1 Winter, powered by Intel. North America Division 1 action continuing, and maybe it might culminate in an EG victory. The first EG victory since week 1 versus Arkosh Gaming, if you can believe it. That's right, it was Wildcard Gaming and Black and Yellow that defeated them in the meanwhile, and now they're coming in with the axe to grind against poor Simply TOOBASED. They're just caught in the crossfire. Homie's just trying to play some Dota, and EG's busy trying to make it to a major.
You know,
First
listen,
phase.
I got a strat.
10 seconds
They pick Shadow,
remaining.
and then they have Disruption plus Astral with Ags on OD, infinite saves, and then Rubik steals Disruption from Shadow Demon and then makes Illusions of Luna. So Shadow Demon, perfect pick here for both teams.
Wait, why would
feel
you?
good?
Why would you prefer him to steal it from Shadow Demon as? Because of the.
Do you remember this meta from a couple of years ago?
Yeah.
It was the SD Luna meta, and then people were picking Rubik to steal, and then they started picking Rubik Luna. So we're back. Dota's always a circle, right?
Time is a flat circle.
That is quite a spicy opener, though.
It is definitely.
What do you think the spice level is on that from a 0 to 10?
This is like 25. OD.
25.
This is ghost pepper levels.
You heard it here first. 25 out of 10 on the spice rating by the cutoff.
Yeah, I don't think I've ever seen so far, and I've watched a lot of Dota in the last couple of weeks. All regions, pretty much. Didn't see OD Medusa opener ever.
Talk to us about this OD Medusa opener, Lacoste. Why is it so popular at the moment?
It's so popular because it's uncounterable. You can't. There's literally not a single hero that you can pick right now and say this counters.
What if I was
heroes.
to say Nyx Assassin?
Nyx Assassin's fine. Yeah, Nyx is great. Except Nyx Assassin, like you convinced me there.
What about like Phantom Lancer or something?
Phantom Lancer Sounds good. Being able to, like, OD doesn't deal
Like
well with the illusion.
Furion lineup.
We're
would be
cracking the
juicy.
meta wide open.
Drow Ranger.
Someone in the chat right now, man, this Lacoste guy, he's pretty dumb, huh?
There probably are.
I'm being sarcastic.
Or there's
right
a guy
now.
who's fully agreeing with you.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's
like
like
I know, like I've tested.
I knew this all along. I should be on the panel.
This is how we pick in the pubs.
Someone else is all like,
Medusa.
oh, of course, Abed always first phases Medusa in his pubs.
Exactly.
Didn't you watch
If you
that
agree with
one game?
Lacoste, if you agree with Lacoste, make sure to DM tweet at him later. I'm sure he'll appreciate that.
Get
I
some
definitely
PogChamps
will.
in the chat and actually type PogChamp because it's Komodo hype.
5
So,
seconds remaining.
seeing this, I believe it's gonna be OD on the off lane. They could put Medusa on the mid lane, something that Nigma did today, and then they had a bit more active safe laner with Quap, who's still in the pool.
I mean, it is. I don't know exactly why they want to do Sonate on response, just to be honest, because in my opinion, this Luna Dusa matchup is one of the matchups where Luna can actually do pretty well in terms of if she snowballs, gets the shard, plays the ranged game in terms of just poking you down with the beams, and then at a certain point commit with Eclipse. Dusa's certainly a powerful hero, but we haven't really seen this hero be first phase for a while, just because of a lot of the counters we talked about. Pretty popular right now. I mean, even something like Shadow Demon, we saw that earlier in the day.
Why is it first phase period though? Because like I don't even see second phase Medusa bans. That's a third phase ban that you kind of hero.
Maybe EG's got some special cheese up their sleeve. I don't know.
Okay,
10
coddle.
seconds
Maybe
remaining.
they're just on. Okay, honestly, now that I'm thinking about it, I feel like they're on this. Arteezy wants an ancient clear carry in the first phase, no matter what. They're going to jam it. They're going to go with it. The rest of you figure out what you want to do. I'm going to carry the game because I'm going to out flash farm everybody with a ranged ancient clear. He's had this idea a couple times way in the past. That's why I go back to it. There's certain ones like that, right? It's Luna, Medusa, Gyrocopter are the big three.
Why does it have to be ranged? Why couldn't it be like a Sven?
Because then your lane's more robust. If you pick a mid hero, you're more useful. You can get Venoed on, you can get Necroed on,
Okay.
and you're super slowed down. But these ranged ancient clears are pretty robust on lane. That's a lot of times why we see them picked up in the second phase blind. You can pair them very nicely. You're not going to get punished by a huge amount. But there are some ways to abuse it. Obviously, it's not some foolproof thing. But that's almost what they're making me think. Like they just wanted this Luna or Medusa type hero, first phase, build around it.
I want to see something that's active for EG because OD, I don't know where OD is going to go. Medusa doesn't want to join any fights pretty much, so I want to see someone who can buy time, make stuff happen around the map, and there we go, Tsunami. Simply 2-base, thought of a perfect counter to both Medusa and OD.
Bring, it's the mana burn police.
I don't think I would have let Nyx through over Spearbreaker. I don't think a Spearbreaker has that high priority. I think when you open two cores like this, assuming
10 seconds
some crazy stuff doesn't happen, you need to ban out the heroes
When
that are
I,
going to cause
like-
both of them
Seconds
issues in the game.
Let me explain something. When I saw OD Medusa opener for almost like 4 or 5 minutes, I thought this is simply 2-based opener because I would definitely not think that the
What kind of
EG
clown ass heroes are these?
would
Oh,
open
you
up
just
these-
realized that was EG.
I realized like a minute ago, but I wanted to stay silent
I appreciate the candor, Lacoste. This is
because there are
it.
too many good heroes left in the pool that
This
can
is a
deal.
safe space.
I mean, I think Nyx is really good because you're opening yourself up for this Furion on 8, which I think is super good versus almost all these heroes in terms of the tempo provides, the early Orchid. We haven't seen this hero a lot. I also don't know if it's a little Nick hero that he plays.
True.
So that might just not be in the cards.
Wait, but why does the Nyx allow for a Furion?
It might be a little Nyx here.
A little Nick.
Fucking guy.
No, definitely not, but most likely going to be played as position 5 here.
Just a nice pairing in general. Like
Nyx plus
Furion. Furion, hero that opens up the map, so it gives space for Nyx to play. He also shoves the lanes in, so it makes more heroes show on different parts of the map. This enables Nyx pick-off game. You can also dual lane these heroes together, and it kind of balances it out. And Nyx is a hero that either wants to be able to play in that dual lane with a really strong range laner traditionally, the Venos, the Necros. Darkseer's like a niche case where that doesn't happen, but it lets him roam and lets him get to runes.
I want to see Shaman from EG because that's what Crit has been spamming. It's
A
not
Shadow Shaman?
Shadow Shaman. Yeah, I
What
like.
other shaman do you know, Avery?
You know any other shamans in
Giga
Dota?
Shaman.
Like Dark Shaman.
Actually, isn't Dazzle something shaman?
No, he's a Shadow Priest.
Oh, Shadow Priest, that's right.
There's a lot of shadows. There's not a lot of shamans.
There's not a lot of Giga Shamans either, I don't think.
There's probably one.
Maybe.
It's an unrelated.
Seconds
Why
remaining.
Shaman? Because I value Hex highly against hero like Nyx Assassin, where you can burst him, you don't care about Carapace, can't ignore him. And Lion, yeah, we don't see too much of a Lion. Is it time to just get something like, They have no stuns again. Puck seems great, got banned out in the third banning phase from EG. They just picked Tide into OD. Tide also is not very tanky against Tusk if they group around them. Like, this hero dies. Same goes for like Timbersaw. Tusk has been an answer for these tanky offlaners for quite some time.
10 seconds remaining.
Playing with Rubik can be good, and it is a traditional Medusa answer in some ways.
5 seconds
The anchor smash
Damage
debilitating for a while. We also saw this earlier in the day where Kezu got that Ags, and he was versus the OD, but the OD was too far behind, and those interactions just didn't matter, right? It's a nice hero with Luna too, just in terms of giving an anchor point in the fight.
I saw Bisco's game yesterday. They played on a mid lane.
Really?
So anything is doable. It was
They
Chris
win?
Luck. They did. They played against Hokori, the team that didn't win a single game.
I see. So it was a simply 2-base type situation, except EG is also not doing great.
Yeah, Bisco's, they're undefeated in SA compared to EG in America.
Dire team back.
Interesting idea, though. Did he get Deso on the mid Tusk? I'm just.
Yes, he did. He did.
That's so fun. They banned out the Puck as suspected.
I think there's still a Quap left. Is the
Quap,
other
yeah,
mid
for
hero we see
simply
versus
two
OD.
base.
Yeah.
Should work really well.
What is the Nightfall hero?
10
Oh, dude,
seconds
what about-
remaining.
Oh, never mind. There's already a Luna.
You wanted to say PL?
No, I want to say anti-mage.
He's just not a
Oh, you think
hero.
Nightfall's going to play Anthony?
No, I mean, honestly, at the rate we're
Evil
going,
Genius's turn to pick.
Doom and Viper bans, protect your Tide Hunter. It is difficult to pick a hero into Luna in a sense, because a lot of the offlaners she can beat in these strong duel lanes.
What about Pango? I like Pango as an answer to Tidehunter. If you can lock him down with like
10 seconds
standard
remaining.
stuff, Chronosphere, Doom, you can like get the good
5
Rolling
seconds
Thunder
remaining.
off.
Does
And
Nightfall play Pango?
I don't remember seeing him play Pango. Maybe it's time to play it
Dawnbreaker?
right now. Okay, so it's OD on the offlane.
okay.
Choose your
Quap.
hero.
I feel like Quap was going to get taken there no matter what. I don't know what else was left. It's like Leshrac or Lena or something, but
That's
I
Rio
don't like
also.
these insta picks. Maybe there's something better. Quap probably sounds the best, but they like instantly pick it. They didn't think about anything else. So it says to me, maybe you need some time to think about like is there anything better?
And what were the last phase bans that simply, were they targeting offlaners or were they targeting mids?
They banned Doom. They were protecting.
Yeah.
Doom and Viper.
So they were banning like offlaners, it feels.
Well, Viper's a hybrid hero. but
Sure.
Yeah.
But then they insta-pick a mid, and then Simply 2-Based insta-pick their mid as well, which maybe Ryoya was like, I don't really care what happens. I want to play Quap this game.
Yeah, he's just that confident.
Yeah.
I mean, if the man asks for last pick Quap,
You give it to him.
you just sit there and spam that pick button.
Remaining.
You're still thought Lacoste. You're
Yeah, I'm
mulling
thinking.
it over.
This
Hundred
is
really
PG's
thinking.
lineup, by the way.
The one on the-
I
the one on the
understand now.
top.
I like what they got. Medusa, OD. It's I'd say a bit slow, like these two cores, but Void Spirit from the mid lane should do okay. And with Tusk, Crit Tusk, I think he's the best Tusk in the world. Been showing it for quite some time. I'm surprised that this hero is not played more often.
GH plays it.
He does, but also Crit plays it.
That's true.
Compelling argument. Let's see if they can make it a competitive game for number 2 with Purge and Moxie.
Well, yes, Crit does play an incredible Tusk. We know that GH plays it as well, but Ryoya also plays a very good Queen of Pain.
He does, yeah. A lot of good. I mean, all these players can play Tusk well, to be honest. I'm sure.
Yeah, but not as good as Crit.
Crit and Jarek's Tusks are definitely very legendary. Very seen in the past. Ogre Magi, a little bit less fancy, but it should do the job for what EG is looking for. And it feels sometimes bad to like put these like top tier players.
It feels
on
like a
these,
waste.
these
I'm going to say what
but
everybody's thinking right now.
It feels like a waste. It is not. He's going to be in position even better. He's going to stun at the perfect timings. He's going to skill build correctly. He's not going to feed as much.
So he's not going to pull a Gremlo.
Not going to Gremlo this game, for sure. Maybe an Empyrean. Empyrean also dies quite a lot when he plays the Ogre Magi. Happens to happen when you are losing a lot of games. But we'll see how it works out. Bloodlust on all of these heroes is going to be great. Nightfall is actually the one playing the OD, so this is going to be the old carry OD. And oh, I'm sorry, I forgot offlane player. Whoops, totally forgot, guys.
Well, he's going to be going for what looks to be more of that standard build. Not going to see some Esk style OD. We are going to be seeing the Meteor Hammer as its key. Well, he's going to be going for what looks to be more of that standard build. Not going to see some Esk style OD. We are going to be seeing the Meteor Hammer as it's queued up currently.
Well, that's the normal build, all right. So against Luna, see how that turns out. I'm most excited about the potential Rubik here. Now, Ryoya is standing here in a good place, and they might not put a sentry down for this now. Knowing Ryoya is there, that could have been what gave them vision. So they don't instantly get the D ward. Good way to protect it.
It feels
Jarex is a Agdam's lab player, apparently. Good for him.
Yeah, we're trying to convince SVG that he should play it, but he's been very...
And Mira, they're both very stubborn.
Really? I thought the Mira would probably
She
play
also
it.
said, I will never play Ag's lab. If anybody succeeds, I'm impressed.
All right.
She hasn't played the first one either, so it's a bad sign.
Yeah, but she said that she wasn't going to play the second one because she didn't play the first
Exactly.
one.
It's never going to stop now.
It's not that kind of a sequel, guys. You can play it without playing the first one.
Very fun. Good game. Big recommend. There's something nice about playing like Dota games, that's Dota-like games, without multiplayer, you know, because it's like, not like you don't have to be against people, you know, it's like you can win every game effectively. I mean, you won't actually probably win every game, but you can have a good time, you know? That's important.
It is important to have a good time playing video games. One would almost say that that's one of the reasons why video games were created, were to have a good time.
Unless you're one of these 10 sickos in this game who, for them, winning is the most important thing in the world, and that's why they're here. Because they try so damn hard. But yeah, I'm curious to see how the Rubik works out. I think it's a great hero to have against a OD, and that's why they picked it. The Banished Steel is just so super effective at saving your allies. Basically turns you into a more offensive version of Shadow Demon, more or less. Which can be very nice, at least for the defensive purposes.
Lots of options that you can do here.
But right now, we're looking at a Nyx Assassin dual lane, so Nyx 5, not the strongest thing in the game, all right?
Has been killed.
Ooh. Well, they managed to get Empyrean's courier. They almost managed to get the Medusa's courier too, but...
Great block there by Crit while he's pulling the creep wave. That's going to force Nyx away. Not that you're that worried about him.
And this is pretty much all that Empyrean can really do, is try to just be annoying to Crit. Like you said, not the strongest of lanes when you've got this Nyx Assassin like this, but...
It's a little monkey butt. Wait till he turns around.
Wait, who has a monkey butt?
That little monkey courier butt.
Oh, okay. Okay. I don't normally zero in on courier butts. So.
It turned around and it just stared right at me. I saw it.
Did it wink at you?
It was
too
not
while
in my
you were
control,
at
I
it?
promise. It might have, yes.
Middle lane here, both of the core sitting a bit low here. We've got a Fairy Fire over on Ryoya. Abed dragging back, should be able to maybe get off enough damage here. Yeah, this is looking pretty good. He is slowed though. He's gonna throw out the high five, but...
For the record, he could have killed him earlier, like a quarter of a second, but he waited for the high five first, knowing that the kill was gonna happen.
Jerax, the bottom lane. Ooh, he's a tanky boy though. 17 hit points.
There you go, high-skilled ogre play. He knew his limit.
Oh, I hope Jenkins makes a video out of this, or one of you makes a video, whether it's you, Brian, whatever, just how to be a high-skill ogre player. Step number 1, just be that good.
You just do the math and know how much damage they can deal, and then you just retreat at the perfect time. It's that simple. Really straightforward here for Jerax. Cast Ignites sometimes, you know, normal stuff. Abed doing great in the mid lane, 13-4 versus the 7-1 that Ryoya is doing.
Oh gosh, yeah.
Ryoya having a little bit of a rough day here against Abed, but...
To be fair, it is Abed.
He's very good.
He's an excellent player. Top lane, some harass being placed over onto Ollie. We're being very aggressive here.
Yeah, EG's doing a great job up here, actually. Luna's 9-1. Had the last hit under tower. They end up killing the ogre.
It was just a suicide.
A suicide kill. He wanted full mana. Like he doesn't want to spend his mangoes just to throw 1 extra ignite. So much better for him to go back to the fountain. But OD right now, 18-4 versus Luna's 9-1. Ollie's struggling here.
A little bit more harass coming out against Artesian, the bottom lane, realizing that Jerax was going to have to teleport back, taking advantage of it, but... pretty calm and quiet for this time.
The scary thing though is that with OD so far ahead like this, he's gonna hit a nice timing advantage where he has more levels and more items than his opponents. So he might get the hammer at a time that his opponents don't expect it. Like the recipe's coming now. He just needs 700 gold, and then he's got the hammer done. And it's gonna be scary. Now they both have stuns, both Nyx and Luna. So that means no matter who you banish, the other guy can cover you. But as soon as like one of these guys runs away, Nightfall can definitely get a kill.
You definitely can't be alone here. Jerax though, gonna have to lead Flea away. Just slowly trying to juke here. He's gonna ego drop down a nice ward, keep tabs on any rotations. It's taken him a while here to get this kill. This is actually like ridiculous seeing the amount of time and space. He's gonna be able to get the kill on Flea. Maybe he can get the denial.
Okay. That's pretty funny. That was actually really funny. Flea throws him into the dragon, hoping like, oh, the dragons will attack him. No, they attacked Rubik instead because Rubik aggroed with the stun, I suppose. And then Jerax got to turn that around. Ends up buying out before he dies. He's going to fill his inventory back up, go back to the lane.
Ooh, the shards though on Ollie. That's a kill for Nightfall. Jürgen is totally out of mana now. He was trying to protect, but...
I mean, he's got his item.
I would assume.
One last hit, and he's got it. All right, if Nightfall gets like 1 or 2 kills with this, ooh, the game's going to be blown open in a big way. The only downside is his Astral Imprisonment is not a high enough level to guaranteed land the hammer. It's only level 2.
Perhaps he wasn't expecting to be this high of a...
Yes, he's like doing so well that it's a punish. All right, here it comes. Can he get the banish? Oh, he should have just gotten him there.
It feels like he's like, wait, yeah, okay, all right, here we go. Follow up, Meteor Hammer, crit with the tag team, the shards. Good impale over on 2, but it's not enough. And this is where things start to get very, very scary now for Simply TOOBASED.
They could have communicated better there. Ollie definitely could have Lucent Beamed the channel if he wanted to. I just don't think they noticed. He didn't even do Spike Carapace against it either. So TOOBASED just a little bit caught off guard there.
Nice taunt back here over onto Ryoya. But does have these astral steps. He's got Jerax though, making his own rotation. Man, this is a very active ogre, and I love to see it.
Yeah, just by standing mid, he just helps upset the balance, right? Throw ignites on Queen of Pain.
Oh, look at this crit too, making his way over. He wanted that double damage, but can't be there with crit and Abed in position already.
It's like the worst feeling. Like you're already losing the lane, and then they double rotate their supports like clockwork like this. So difficult.
And just having an ogre just constantly poking away at you. Making his way over here. They get the ignite off, the taunt, the step, the dead Ryoya.
Great.
These are great voice lines.
They really are. That voice, I legit was playing Axelab last night, and I was like, dude, this voice actor is so good. He's so good at his job. All right, Meteor Hammer continuing on the top lane to push things out. Nightfall, most last hits in the game at 45 with 10 denies. The Luna, 22 last hits right now, and Jerax is still there.
How is Jerax allowed to do this? Like this is your position 5 here on EG, and he's just wandering in constantly. I mean, on the flip side of this, right, RTZ is sitting a little bit low. Hopefully he's going to continue to harass him. Just have a couple of these one charges. Just have to be careful. He's got that extra regen underneath the tower, though.
Nicely done.
And that's a kill on Ollie.
This is the value that Jerax is bringing here. He's a very slow, tanky body, but he's giving vision and helping. Like, you're just thinking, like, it's a level 3 ogre. What's the big deal? But eventually his core will choose to rotate. And if you can't get out in time, you're dead. It's absolutely oppressive play so far by EG. Is that a spot of Nyx Assassin? I could not tell, but Nightfall will hammer the wave, keep pushing this up here. Top tower's almost dead with almost no resources.
Now, they don't quite have the vision on Empyrean here. They don't realize he's here, so be able to take the tower. They had a moment, though. Nightfall turned back around. Did spot Empyrean. It's going to go a little bit deeper, the Impale. It's going to teleport away.
All right.
It was like the slightest little glimpse of him over there.
He went to the obvious juke spot, which Nightfall said there's no way he'll go to the obvious juke spot, and it ends up working out. It's a good strategy sometimes. I was a little surprised he looked for him anyways, but his hammer was off cooldown. Either way, Nightfall does not care that much. He's still very far ahead in this match. And the enemy jungle is theirs. I mean, they've already been scouting it with Ogre. They've got a ward down as well. Empyrean can't even hit the creep wave because Nightfall is just going to sit here. So This lane did not go well for Simply TOOBASED. Their net worth still looks all right now, but once they take the mid tower, EG's just going to pressure everywhere.
They do have a nice ward. They spotted out Jerax being in this middle lane, but that's about all they can really do without making a big rotation with the way that EG is playing currently.
Look at these sentry wards on the mid lane as well. He put one on the cliff, didn't find it, then put one down, and there's already one to the right. So it's like basically the only 3 places that Simply TOOBASED is likely to ward are covered by these sentries, which just makes it so much harder for them to even defend this because they're like, we can't see them coming.
Look at Jerax. He's just like, I'm gonna put my body here. I'm gonna block this camp.
I mean, that's a safe place to farm, certainly, for Simply TOOBASED. With that said, there's a lot of beautiful stacks up on the Dire Triangle. So if Lil Nick or Luna can do these together, that would be a nice thing. Or EG, if they can somehow get in here and invade, it would be incredible.
They've got to protect those stacks. That Luna would love to have them.
And Jerax
And look at Jerax. He's wandering over there. Courier doesn't quite spot him.
Okay, it looks like instead he just wants the experience. He expects these to be cleared soon. So knowing the ward is here, that he thinks the timing will come. Yeah, Luna's actually moving over. Her HP's a little low, though.
She needs to be very careful that Jerax doesn't just go, surprise,
right,
pop out. And
he sees her, and that's important. He's in position now. They just need one more person to rotate.
Ward.
And here comes Abed.
They know that they're taking these stacks. They do approach. They have the ward over on the cliff side. Jerax, though, gonna throw out the ignite, slow down Ollie. Not gonna be able to quite land the remnant here as Lil Nick makes his way over. They want to punish Jerax. Jerax hoping that he can get the 9. No, he's not gonna be able to get it. So, look at the rotation that they just made to protect Ollie.
I'm a little surprised that Abed didn't go for that. He would have had to use 2 astral steps to get there at least.
What was it gonna get in time?
Maybe would have missed the damage, maybe dies on the way out, but this is just safer, I guess. Let Ogre die, he gets some of the experience, and they'll still pressure the tower. It would have been pretty deep, certainly. It's not worth it just to kill a guy that's already behind, you know, because if you mess up, Abed, level 9 hero, gives experience to the Luna.
Right. Ooh, Lil Nick's courier, though.
He messed up this time.
They don't have the detection.
Trying to reveal if they have vision or not with the old high 5, the old mitten 5. Is it a mitten or is that Aghanim? That was Aghanim.
I think it's a mitten, a sock puppet of Aghanim.
You can high 5 towers now? What?
Yeah. If you don't have any friends, at least the towers will high 5 you.
That's good.
You high 5 in a lot of towers.
I am
bud.
now. As soon as I get home.
Man, these high 5s, though, I'm feeling like they got some inspiration from a certain Mr. Midas.
You think so? Huh?
At sometimes, yeah, you know. Obviously, much better quality than the denial over on the mid tower. They don't want to give this up for free, but Nightfall already in position, waits patiently. Meteor Hammer off here, over onto Lil Nick. The bomb tag team, the shards, the punch, everything. Snowball will stun in place. And that's just a threat of a Tide Hunter that's no longer there anymore.
That took a lot, though. That was Meteor Hammer. That was all of like Void Spirit's abilities, basically. He's not easy here to kill when he's got the hood.
But he's the biggest like threat I feel on the map right now.
Certainly, yeah. But that's more of just like a kill pick-off thing.
Okay.
Like, he's going to be respawned soon. They lose a little bit of opportunity, but it's more about like changing the snowball effect. Like, they get golden experience. Creates space for Dusa, I guess. Taking that off the map is kind of nice. Nice double stack here, triple stack by Crit on the enemy side of the map. He's been here so often, he's like, screw it, this is our place now.
You might as well.
It's a cool tag team anyway, so it's a cool way to clear it. Accelerate RTZ.
Is that an item that gives the little shards? The split shot on Dusa?
I think it's based on the battle pass, because I saw the Mirana last Crit also had it as a ranged hero.
It almost looks like bubbles.
It does look like ice or something. I thought it was the persona at first, but it was not, because he's got it too. It's like one of those, hey, you're rich. Oh, here's this cool effect.
Jerax finally getting punished by 3 heroes for being in the jungle. Bottom lane, though, they're trying to make the play over onto Ryoya. They've got the snowball. Not sure. Oh, the shards coming into play. The step forward from Abed. And there's going to be the clicks down. This is not looking good for the Queen of Pain.
She almost boiled over with rage, but she held it in. There's a baboon butt in the air. I just saw it.
I like that that's what you like zero in on every time.
I've seen that courier so many times. It's the first time I saw its butt just staring right at me. Good escape by Crit. Just You know, just peeping on his opponents, making them unsettled.
This is so hard right now for Ollie because, like, you know, he has these beautiful stacks that were created for him and he was managing to take them, but his net worth is just so low comparatively still.
Like, the fact that OD has more net worth than anybody, like, blows my mind. But this is like this is the thing that Nightfall's been doing incredibly well, literally the whole DPC. Is that he goes in off lane, he either does well or wins it, and then he just like stays on top net worth the whole time because he's a carry player. He's already practiced at like being absolutely max efficient level with dying a few times. So in these games where EG's ahead, this looks really good.
You get a smoke play coming out from both teams. There's a Blink Dagger that just got finished here for Nightfall. It's going to be delivered soon. Not quite there yet. But looks like they tried to make a play over onto Crit. Just not going to be able to get their hands on them. Not yet.
So this game reminds me a little bit more of EG
Ooh, Ryoya.
so far.
Big fire blast. They get taunt. They've got the Walrus Punch. They did a little bit more damage. They're going to be able to lock them into place. Sympyrean now cut off from the rest of the team. No mana left over here on Crit. They'll move forward slowly. Jerax trying to consider, do I go back in here?
With that said, though, they are doing a lot better at the pressure than they were in the previous game, and they like really stomped the off lane. So I think this kind of like spread and split and control the map thing is a lot more reasonable. Little initiation on OD mid lane though, but he gets the blink off after. Little mistake by Flea there. Lifted him, but he did not use Fade Bolt. Stole a spell instead, so after he landed, he gets the blink off. Could have been a kill potentially on him. And now they're moving towards RTZ top. Looks like everyone's teleporting. They're recognizing this. They're reading the map. Smoke gets used though.
Empyrean drops the ward. It's got the Spike Carapace though, so.
Okay, guess that was
back off.
That was a gank on Luna, not necessarily a defend RTZ move.
They go for their own smoke play here over on the side of Simply TOOBASED. They know the OD's over in the mid lane, but the rest of the team seems a bit scary here as Crit does wander by. Leaf has that reveal. Just feels like they don't know what to do right now. They want to make a play, but they can't quite find this angle.
It's hard. They don't have good perfect vision. Their opponents haven't been playing around the tower. They've got Blink Ravage, so hypothetically they could have started that fight, but without vision it's too dangerous to walk high ground. You could just blink into something bad and get crushed. So they're just going to have to lose that opportunity, spread on the map. They're still close to network. Only 2k behind despite how badly they lost the laning stage. But Lil Nick farming great. Highest net worth on his team.
Just feels like he hasn't seen the opportunities though to really make use of all this like space that he's had, and he's very tanky. It does take a lot to kill him, but get to see like a really large team fight from the side of TOOBASED.
Yeah, but at least they're close in net worth. So this is the part where like EG seemingly has been floundering a bit lately, where it seems like they're farming too much. With that said though, they are playing Radiant side. It's more common to farm here.
Blink forward here from Nightfall with Meteor Hammer. Should be able to stun Ryoya into place. Oh, it's a big multicast, so that will be able to help clean up the Queen of Pain.
That was like frame perfect Vanish Hammer. Really nicely done there. And lots of damage afterwards. Jerax had to be there to get that kill as well, so they're playing great together.
A little bit of a ward.
I love doing that, dude.
Jerax is a big tanky boy though, so I'll give him a couple slaps, but EG following up here. Abed looking for the opening. Will drag back over onto the Nyx Assassin. Feels like they're not entirely sure they want to take this fight though on the side of EG, but they're going to back off. They're going to see maybe do a little bit of a wrapping play.
I think what's happening basically is just EG knows that they're going to be doing totally fine late game. Like they have a Dusa who's going to match up well against Luna. She outranges her. She's going to buy Scotty at an approximately equal time, but it's easier for Dusa to utilize it. Dusa is really difficult to kill, so in a 1v1 fight to the death, Dusa is basically more, maybe not a 1v1, but in a team fight situation, Dusa is going to feel more effective. Doesn't have to worry about like the other burst damage from Simply TOOBASED. The mana drain's scary, of course, but I think EG is just confident as the game continues. So they're just being careful, poking here and there. Once Void Spirit gets Ags, this can be a lot easier for him to fight as well. He can jump on Rubik or Nyx very easily and solo kill them.
With a hunt for Ryoya, Abed setting up here with the Yules. Get that Remnant down, and a big hit from Crit. Man, Ryoya has not had a game. I don't think I've seen a single Sonic Wave.
He's 0-6-0 right now, actually.
He is just having a very bad time in this game.
Yeah, 6 of his team's 10 deaths. That is, that's really something else. But he's been punished so much. They keep going after him. He's the one guy that they keep catching.
I mean, he's the one who has to play the more risky, right? Because he's the one that's got the escape, but it seems like EG is anticipating a lot of his moves and they're just showing up. And often it's just Nightfall and Crit together, feels like. A little bit of a steal here coming up from the Rubik, but the drag back, look at this Crit already in position. They're gonna try to punish Lil Nick here. They do a lot of damage to fall with the Ravage. Will get the kill on Crit. Rest of the team now stunned, trying to find the opening though. Again, they have their eyes on Lil Nick. He's very, very tanky. They're gonna go for the Meteor Hammer combo again. We'll be able to land a couple clicks here coming out from Arteezy, and the Mystic Snake is gonna be quite enough. That's gonna be a kill for Arteezy.
Nice cleanup. Ravage felt a little goofy there. It looked great because they hit a lot of heroes, but it killed Crit. Crit was probably killable regardless. But yeah, only getting one hero out of it. I mean, you are losing, so you got like 250 gold from it, but hey, if nothing happens, it's not that big of a deal. Roche is already over, right? So it's not like you want to fight them anyways at a tier 2 tower.
Look at Nightfall just hunting. He's literally just hunting Ryoya every single time he shows up.
Yep. The 3 points in Astral that he has. He's been prioritizing Essence Flux, misses a stun there, but ultimately it just would have pressured Quap a little.
Still hanging out in the area. Ooh. Doesn't quite manage to find it.
Throw
bow for Deuce now. That's gonna be really nice. Extra attack range.
This Deuce is just getting bigger and bigger and bigger, and they have not dealt with her.
I just don't think they can. They kind of need like Nyx to be there to mana drain, and they need like Luna +1 as well. She needs so much physical damage to pick her off.
Radiant's bottom tower is
Went to
under
disassemble over on Ollie to get the BKB.
Top tier 2, possibly dead. We'll see if we see Glyph here, but I don't know if they want to commit it. They're gonna do the safe thing, put the sentry down in case Nyx is setting up.
They really want this kill on Ryoya. Nightfall says, I've been waiting for that for the last couple minutes.
Man.
Teleports away from this tower just so he could do. He's like, finish it after.
It's actually incredible how quickly they react to these opportunities. It's like one guy gets a grab and just all of a sudden there's like 2 EG heroes there and they kill him again. So hard to play his hero this game. I mean, killing Luna would be ideal, right? But Luna keeps farming in the safer places. Quap is the person that keeps farming the dangerous parts of the map, and they just keep punishing her. That's basically the story of this game. That's one of the reasons Ryoya's died so much.
Flea was trying to go for that swap over here on the outpost. They dropped the Sanity's Eclipse on him as Ollie now runs away. Crit finding him over here in the tree. Does have the Eclipse if necessary. Gonna throw out a Lucent Beam. Step forward here from Abed. Nightfall's here, and just every time that any of these the 2 base heroes show up on the map, feels like they're instantly punished.
Yeah, that's the worst cat to find when you're playing Luna like that position. Arteezy gets pressured a little bit, but he's just gonna ulti and run. A little bit of a moment of disengage there for EG, but they're still just absolutely controlling the map.
Yeah, we've got a full Aghanim Scepter completed now for the Outworld Devourer.
That's a good one.
That is indeed a good one. He's found himself a little Nick. Doesn't have the Meteor Hammer this time around, so gonna have to rely on Crit to throw out some of these slows to keep him in place.
That was actually close. If Nick had pressed Hood of Defiance before he got banished, he could have blinked. Because it would have barrier blocked him. He pressed it right after, but he must have taken the damage and was unable to blink.
Derax just casually fighting with Ryoya. The rest of the team is coming in though, so he's got to be careful. Ignite, the follow-up though here from Abed. Flea's gonna have to get the lift off, toss back immediately. The step forward though, chasing after Flea. It's like Nightfall is the one who's gonna be chasing after him, but Piran will fall, Flea will fall, and Ryoya just prays that they don't take a look in this tree line.
I just feel like they haven't been able to get value out of the Rubik. Like, if you're able to steal Banish, it's excellent, obviously, because you can save your allies repeatedly, but there just hasn't been, like, too many back-and-forth fights, basically. Like, Simply 2 base needs to be, like, in a decent fighting position, like, close in net worth, and good in positioning, where that hero would provide value. But I feel like against a team that's better than you on paper, maybe that's a little bit too dangerous to pick. That's a dead courier.
Ooh, yes, it is. That tower flash.
Best gank they've gotten off in 10 minutes.
That's very savage there. Stone Gaze coming out from Arteezy. They're just going to back off for now. They know they don't have to take this just yet. How much time do we have left over here on the Aegis? We've got like 20-something seconds. Maybe perhaps trying to ensure that they don't get baited in here. But they have the Fire Shield over on... I tried to say Fire Shield Shard That is a difficult thing to say fast.
Fire shield shard. It is hard.
Yeah, right?
When you said it, I was like, normally I'm like, oh, I can do that. That time I was spooked. I didn't think I
Yeah,
was gonna
no, definitely was a moment where I was like,
Level 4 ignite stolen by Rubik. Is this gonna change the game? No. But it's cool.
It just gets reclaimed while this is going on. Ryoya trying desperately to just continue to push out. Snowball, though, hot on his heels. Abed, the follow-up. The gang squad is here to murder Ryoya yet again. This poor Queen of Pain. And again, Ryoya, a good Queen of Pain player, but just has not had any moments of breathing in this game at all. I think he's like 0-8 now.
Feels good to be this good.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
And look at this. They can just siege this tower.
Yeah.
There's nothing TOOBASED can do about it.
Cleans up. Takes the tower. Simply TOOBASED. Just they only had 3 heroes here at the start of this, and they just knew they couldn't fight it.
Radiant's bottom tower.
How do you fight into Duce here with this much HP? He's got the fire shield. There's an ogre here. Definitely can't fight into that.
He's a very powerful ogre. We've talked about this.
Jerix has actually played ogre like magnificent this game. Like he's made the ogre look good. And it's literally just because of game sense and knowing where he needs to be annoying. Like I'm actually really impressed how he's been playing. Great deny.
I would love to see, you know, the breakdown of just the way that he's moving around the map, because I'd say he definitely understands how to use his body, so to speak, with the ogre, right?
His svelte body, svelte ogre body. Is that right? Is that the right?
Svelte?
Adverb? I don't know.
Svelte means that you are very skinny.
Yep, that's what I meant.
Yep. He's a little beachy boy, beach body ogre, denying his own sentry ward over here.
That's funny. It's like, we need my Medusa to farm their side of the map, must deward.
Radiant are scanning.
Ollie, though, to give him credit, is finding the farm. He is managing to, you know, dive around, try not to show on the way, but he has got to be careful because they are definitely hunting him.
So he's just going to stay hidden. Abed hopefully leaves. He cuts the creep wave. He can't kill this one, certainly, but maybe the next one after he'll kill. So he'll just stay put for a moment.
Nice. Oh, crit with the blink away. He's gonna get the lift off, though. Should be able to... Are they gonna... Yeah, they're looking to re-engage it with that snowball. Abed waiting patiently. A sonic wave. Not gonna do much of anything.
Okay. Well, they do get a kill. That's gonna put Ryoya on the board with 1 assist, at least.
I mean, desperately needed, but
yeah,
definitely underwhelming.
They have undercut EG with this kill, at least, because now they can control this area and all they can actually pressure the tower. That means that this last creep wave and a half here that EG has is their last creep wave down bottom. So they're just going to cut creep waves based on this position. And yeah, they'll probably still lose their tier 2 here, but once they glyph it, they could hypothetically glyph.
I feel like EG doesn't really seem to care, though.
Yeah, by all means. TOOBASED could hit the tier 1 tower, but they're just they've been reacting to EG teleporting in and setting up fights so many times.
Yeah.
There's a little bit of replay. It's them going for this kill. You're gonna see the quad ulti come out. It looks rough, but it actually does catch him as the snowball lands. So it gives him the assist, and then EG knows, that's fine. We'll just go push your towers instead.
There's a kill on Empyrean here. Bloodlust been helping out quite a bit. Crit using that snowball. We'll use the Walrus Punch over onto Ryoya. They get the lift off just to try to protect, but Flea is just a little bit too slow. He's a little bit too poor. He doesn't have those items that are going to ensure that he can escape. So that is another kill going the way of Evil Geniuses. Scotty, Satanic, everything a growing Medusa needs. And look at this. Arteez just walks right into the base. He's got no fear.
Takes no damage effectively. Loses a little bit of mana, who cares? Creep wave was just in mid, so they can hit this tower for another 10 or 15 seconds. Next creep wave will be close enough anyway, so... Yep, 2 Rex here without a true fight, and there's the glyph finally being used.
Fire shield applied now to Arteez. We'll back out for now. Empyrean trying to keep tabs over here. Might be able to cancel out the...
Is it worth?
He is. He's gonna reveal himself.
Not bad.
Yeah.
Good start.
It's a good start indeed, but Arteez just doesn't seem to mind too much. They turn right back around again. Here, we'll pay for this. There's a BKB coming out from Luna, but they just aren't able to to get in there fast enough. All right, doing some decent damage, but again, oh no, the Ravage not going to work with the great Astro Prison. Ollie will fall. Little Nick is going to get cut down, and TOOBASED, they've had enough. They're going to tap out.
Ooh, Lil Nick for some reason, didn't use his PPD voice line in that exact moment. Not sure why, but EG, wow, what an absolute dominant game. Just completely, they're back on target. That's what it looks like. Of course, Simply TOOBASED is, I believe, the one team in NA Div 1 that hasn't won a match yet, but EG looked really solid here. I think they're playing their map correctly. They're creating space. I think the way that Jerix is playing is excellent. I think all their players have been playing really good here. So I'm good to see them back on track.
EG fans are going to rejoice for sure because they did look a little rough, but typically, you know, when they start off a fresh season, when you have a fresh new roster, it does take a little bit of time, right, to get comfortable with one another and figure out what your game plan is. And I would say today, EG, they knew exactly what they wanted to do and they executed it absolutely beautifully. But we're going to go and send it over to the panel and see if they were expecting this.
EG fans can breathe a sigh of relief, as perhaps relegation is not what you need to worry about, but still, I don't really know how much of a... Well, actually, yeah, it's a huge achievement. Congratulations, Evil Geniuses. They beat Simply TOOBASED. They take them down a few notches, and we'll see if we can do an analysis and maybe an interview after the break.
side by side. You know I'll come running when you need. I'm coming. You know I'll come running. You go to war, then I'm going with you. Pick up my sword, yeah, there's nothing I won't do. When you found me alone, when the chaos is rising, leading the charge, yeah, I'm coming, I'm fighting. Swear on the breath that I breathe, I'll never retreat, yeah, I'll be your army. Pick up my sword, yeah, there's nothing I won't do. Tell me around, yeah, the chaos is rising, leading the charge, I'm coming, I'm fighting. Swear on the breath that I breathe, I'll never retreat. Fear in the atmosphere I breathe, revolution against the system. Nothing of the future left for you until we build up enough resistance. Bruising, phase-wise, a reaction to your miscalculation. Waiting to watch the world burn. Waiting to watch the world burn.